All right, so Minnesota are up 2-0 against Montreal. Yeah, not the best start for Montreal, but there's still plenty of hockey left in the second period and, of course, in the third period. And usually, Montreal, they might come back in the second period, but I'm kind of predicting like if they don't come back in the second period, they will come back in the third period, given how they were playing in past games. That was often the case with Montreal. But in this first period, it seemed like early on, these two were kind of just feeling each other out, like vibe checking each other. But then as the game went on, Noel would score, and then a little bit later, Taylor Heisey would score. And when it came to Heisey's goal, they were kind of questioning whether it went over the line. And I kind of saw it go over the line, but it still went to review. And yeah, they said it was a good goal, so 2-0 for Montreal. When it came to Minnesota attack wise, yeah, getting forward really well, good connection in the attack. And surprisingly, they've been able to get through Montreal's defense. They were finding those gaps, those open spaces. They were able to get behind their back line. They were able to break through their back line. And when it came to Montreal in the past, they were very strong defensively. They were very quick to recover possession. They were very quick to get it out of their defensive end. And I wasn't really seeing that in this first period. It just seemed like Minnesota was just doing a really good job breaking through Montreal's defense. And when it came to Montreal, it seemed like, yeah, they were struggling to get out of their defensive end. They were struggling to break through the center ice. Minnesota, they were doing a pretty good job cutting off Montreal's attack. And so when it comes to Montreal in the second period, yes, they need to regain control. They need to figure out how to transition more quickly through the center ice, through I want to say through the midfield, but through the center ice, through the neutral zone. But yeah, that's going to come down to Montreal just sorting themselves out attack wise. But yeah, there's still plenty of hockey left and plenty of time for Montreal to come back. However, I think I'm only concerned for Montreal if Minnesota manages to get more goals in the second period and if Montreal is unable to score. Because if they're able to get more goals, it's just going to make a comeback for Montreal a lot harder.